Alright. Shalom.
Shalom.
First, we want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakal Kadash. We want to give double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and rule well. And shalom to the elect out there pushing this word, man.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just out here today. We're from the London camp of GMS, and we're out here today in the woods.
Okay.
You know, getting some fresh air. You know, going out to the green, and we just thought we'd push this word, man.
Okay.
You know, Yahweh Shai, he used to go out sometimes to the Garden of Gethsemane, for an example.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes being in London, man, we need to get away from that vibration. Sometimes we need to get away from that hustle and bustle, that demonic vibration that London has, man.
Okay.
You know, and so that's why we're out here. You know, we just thought me and the brother just reasoning, and we thought we just pop open topics, man.
Okay.
You know, so yeah, come with it.
Yeah, man, because pretty much like the brother's saying, you got to be in the natural elements sometimes, man. You're in the concrete jungle for too long. Your frame of mind really gets one diversity, man. You know what I mean? You don't get to see other things. You don't get to see how nature actually really is, man. So it's good to come to places like this to actually get a second experience, man. Instead of being around the city all the time, man. But this is 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 1. And it says, he answered then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is in this very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
That's right, man. And then hey, Yahweh Shai is coming back, man.
God.
Soon to visit this world, man. Okay? That he made according to the blueprint that Yahweh the Most High gave him, man. His father.
Yeah.
Okay? So what does it say? It says measure the time diligently. Right? And how are you going to measure it? With the word. The word is a measuring stick, man.
God.
Okay? The scriptures. So when we go into certain prophecies, like for example the mark of the beast, we're going to World War III, martial law, being out there in the streets, Babylon, America being destroyed, okay?
Yep.
And everything that leads up to these things. And those will be the major prophecies that are yet to be fulfilled, okay? Over, on a grand scale, because the chip is out there, the mark of the beast is the RFID chip implant.
Yeah.
That's out there, but, it's not being pushed globally as on a hard push yet.
It's not mandatory yet.
Right. You got martial law going over in different countries, but it ain't really hit America hard like that. It ain't really hit London.
Yep.
These other European places, states and stuff. It's hard like that in Rome, man.
God.
This is Rome all over again. And right now we're in the last days of Rome.
God.
Okay, just as that empire fell back then and it got resurrected. Okay, well we're in that time where it's coming down to an end again, and it's going to go into that, man. Go on.
Yep. And it says here, then shalt thou understand that the Most High spake. Sorry, I'll start from verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
That's right. So from the beginning, man. Hey, let's go to Daniel's chapter 10 quickly, man.
Go on.
Go to Daniel's chapter 10. Think about the 9th verse. It's either Daniel's 9 and 10 or Daniel's 10 and 9. One of those.
Go on.
Because these prophecies have been set from the beginning, man. All this thing has been set up from the start of time, man. Since the creation, okay, it's all been set up, man. And now we're living it out. We're living out the Most High script. That's why it's called the scriptures, okay. Yahweh Shai Shai is the ultimate director, and he's been set up. He set up the good guy. He set up the villain. He set up the extras. He set up the struggle. He set up, Hey, I studied film in school, and the best type of stories were really just. You had the hero, and the hero would basically be brought down low, okay, and it would look like there's no hope left, and the villain would basically have his feet on his neck, about to destroy him, and just when you thought it's over, the hero would somehow miraculously come on top, man. Okay, and that's some of the best storylines.
Those are always the best stories. Those stories when the good guy is down for a long period of time, and it seems like he's not going to come back. And then out of nowhere, he gets risen up again, man.
What does it say?
So this one's leave
Yeah, from 10. Yeah.
So this is Daniel chapter 9 and verse 10. It says, neither have we obeyed the voice of the Lord our power.
Right, just as you got people today that are not obeying the voice of Yahweh Baal Shem Yahweh Shai, man. You got these prophets out on the highways and byways pushing this truth, telling you about these prophecies, telling you about these atrocities that are going to come upon the earth, right? But not these guys aren't hearing that, man. Keep reading.
And it says, to walk in his laws which he set before us by his servants the prophets.
That's right. So get Jeremiah 28, Bob Shah. 28 and 8. So that's how you know from the very beginning the Lord set out his prophets, man. Even going back to the time of Adam.
Yep.
Okay. And the prophets were always coming and always warning, man. Just before that destruction came, because the Lord, look, man, he's long suffering, man. Okay.
Yep.
He'll give you out the warnings. That's the mercies. He'll send out the prophets and he'll warn you, man. We're really like the what's the word like? What's that? When
Watchmen.
well, yeah, you got a couple examples. Like you got Silver Surfer.
Oh yeah,
As an example. The herald. That's it. The herald will come and he will say, "Look, we come in the name of Yahweh Baal Shem Yahweh Shai." He's gonna come and basically, mess this place up, mess you up, unless you get right, man.
Yeah.
Unless you come onto our side, man. Unless you come onto the right way. Okay. And that's what we're doing right now. We're heralds for Yahweh Baal Shem Yahweh Shai. We're coming out onto the highways and byways. We're pushing out this truth on the airways, on the internet. And we're prophesying and we're bringing out these prophecies that was given to us by the Lord himself, man.
Yeah. It's like a trailer. When you watch a movie, they have something first called a trailer, man. It gives you a snippet of what's to come in the movie. It gives you a snippet of what it's about to get you interested, so you can make your mind up whether you want to see that movie, depending on what you've seen in the trailer, man. So it's the same with the men of the Lord. We're giving you a snippet, of what's actually to come. We're telling you what's going to come before it actually happens, man. We're giving you that trailer. So when we give you, the famine, the earthquakes in diverse places, you can see that happening. The RFID chip, mark of the beast, which is spoken of in the Bible. All these things we talk about, that's in the trailer, man. So if you're not appetized enough to then go and watch that movie, to subscribe, and to, repent through Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, then you're going to get destroyed, man. Right. We've already given you the trailer, man, through the spirit and power of the Lord, man.
Right. This is the sneak peek, man.
Yeah.
We're reading you the judgment before the judgment physically manifests.
Come on.
Yeah, Go on.
Right, this is Jeremiah 28 and verse 8. And it says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence.
I'll break down.
Alright, so you always had a time in history when the Lord will be, get ready to take down the society or pronounce judgment on the society, man. But before that happened, the Lord will send his mouthpiece, man. And who's the mouthpiece of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai? That's his prophets, man, these men, that have been bestowed these secrets and the understandings of the Holy Bible, right? So we come and preach unto you to tell you, man, and to prophesy against the kingdom. We're prophesying against the UK, against Babylon, America, against all the countries that had us enslaved, man, and that are naturally enemies of our people, who are the Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man, according to the Bible. And anyone that's scattered throughout the four winds, that goes back to those lines. We come to prophesy against the kingdoms, and we come to prophesy to reel our people back into this word, man, which is Yahweh Shai.
That's right. And with these end times right now, we're in the kingdom of Esau right now, man. We're in the rulership of the devil, so-called white man. Esau, we're in his rulership right now, man. And his rulership is coming to an end now, man. Okay, we're coming to the end of that. And the rulership after that, right, is going to be our rulership, the Israelites, man. Okay? And brother's going to get the scripture, man.
Yeah, quick one. This is Job 9 and 24. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
So does that mean that the wicked just got it themselves? One day these guys that were dwelling in caves, these so-called white people, they just decided that all of a sudden they were going to knock down and take down all these empires set up by Jake and their strongholds. Is that what happened? No. It says it was given. Earth was given into the hand of the wicked, because who sets up kings, man? Yahweh Baal Shem Yahweh Shai.
That's it.
Okay, he set them up, man. He brought them from where they were and set them up in certain places until what? Until through his slickery and his devilry, through the spirit. It's his time now. It's his time. There was Advocate. There's a scene in it when Al Pacino, who's playing Satan, he's playing the devil or whatever, in that movie, and he goes, "I'm peaking."
Right.
Can anyone say that the 21st century wasn't altogether mine? I'm peaking, Kevin. That's what he was saying. That's right now. Esau's peaking, man. Okay, he really was peaking. Really, realistically, he was peaking just up into the 70s. Okay, but the scriptures say that when he's exalted himself as an eagle, then the Lord's going to bring him down. Okay, and when did he exalt himself as an eagle? When the pinnacle of what this so-called white man society was space travel.
Apollo, yeah.
Okay, yeah, the Apollo space program, and they were racing. Russia and America, they were going back and forth, which are really two big military Edomite powers.
Yeah.
You know, and just as it is today, who are the two big military powers that are going at it today? With the 3-day epoxy wars,
Yeah.
America and Russia.
That's it.
It's always been that way.
Yeah.
Same in the Roman Republic. You had what? You had the Roman Republic, and you had the barbarians. You know.
That's right, man. This is Job 30, 'cause you talk about, you know, where Esau came from, basically, man. What they were doing before they were actually, you know, in power, man. But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. So that just shows you how Job looked at the Edomites, man, because he was surrounded by a bunch of Edomites, man, and the way he looked at them was like, I don't even want to have them with my dogs, man, because they're a real filthy people, man. You know, they're not really people you could trust. They were heathens. They were the ultimate heathens, man, the basis of men, right? So he goes, yea, whereto might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished, for want and famine they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness, in former time desolate and waste, right? And that goes into the history of the so-called white man, man, because when they depict their own history, they actually show you that they were cavemen, man. They actually put that out there, right? They don't want to tie the name Esau, Edom to those cavemen, man, because that would be revealing of their true nationality, man, right? So they try and make it look like all so-called, you know, humans were actually in that state. But that was just a period of time that they went through, man, as a people, as a nation, right?
We chased them into the caves, man.
Can't. Yeah, it goes into that. So it goes, who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat, they were driven from forth among men. So they were driven there, man, right? That's how they got into that situation. They didn't just decide, yo, we're going to just go and live and be desolate and base and we're going to start, you know, mumbling. No, man, they were driven to that, man, right? They were forced, right? They cried after them as after a thief. To dwell in the clefts of the rock, valleys and caves of earth, and in the rocks. And you can see the proof of that just from looking at the society that Esau was built up, man. You know, they got their high buildings. You know, that's symbolic of what they're used to. You know, the spirit clings on to that kind of environment, man. That's why in the society that we're in now, that's what they've gone back to, man. They replicate that.
If you look at some of their building designs, they've got what, like Colosseum type.
Yeah.
The columns, right? They had that back in the Roman Republic.
Yep.
They had it back in Mount Petra. In Mount Petra, they had it carved into the rock.
Yep.
You know, now they've got these massive buildings. You know, they look like massive mountains, like massive rocks.
Yeah.
And they've just built out and carved it in a certain way.
Yep.
And that's the spirit of the so-called white man.
That's
okay.
it. That's
The
it,
Jacob's spirit is Jacob dwelt in tents.
Exactly.
You know, so you know that was more like, you might read about the Shemites. You might read about, you know, you might see these, like, go on Google and type that in, and you might see them like tent dwellers.
Yeah.
You see them in their massive, you know, palace-like tents. And that whole Saudi Arabian kind of vibe, because those Ishmaelites that are doing that, really, that's going back to Abraham, their father. Okay, because Abraham was a Hebrew. Abraham the Hebrew man, one of our forefathers.
Yeah.
Which just a note that the chosen line went through Abraham, Isaac, and then Jacob.
That's it.
You know, just to put it out there.
Verse 7, among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they were gathered together, man.
Yeah.
They were children of fools, yea, children of base men.
Yeah.
They were viler than the earth, man. So, hey, and we can see that in the way they act, you know, in their mannerisms, you know, in their conversation, their spirit. You know, it says in Habakkuk that the spirit is not upright in them, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's the reason why, man, because they were children of fools, and they were children of base men, man. You know, they were known as base men, the lowest of the low.
Yeah.
You know?
Where it goes back to Genesis, man.
Can't.
When the Lord made them lower than all the beasts.
Yep.
You know, and that referencing the different nations. Because Edom's really on the bottom, man.
Can't.
Right now, the Lord's got the most basest man on top of things, man.
Yeah.
You know, there's scriptures that go into that, man.
Yeah.
Let's get 2 6 and 9.
Can't.
You know, we'll go from there. And also, what does it say? Handle the man betwixt the hill. Yeah, and that's in 2 Corinthians as well. Yeah, man. So we're in that time right now where this base man has been set up over us, man. He's gonna go down. You know, it says in Ecclesiastes, I believe the 9th or the 10th chapter.
10 and 8.
Yeah, 10 and 8. It says, I've seen servants upon horses.
I know that one. I was thinking a different one. That's all right.
Okay, well, yeah. So I think nine.
I'll get it.
Oh, you get it, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Ecclesiastes.
Brother's gonna get that, man. Let's get that.
Yeah.
And we wanna bring out the scripture solid.
Come on. So that's a good one, man.
And we ain't got an abundance of garment. Like, we ain't not got our garments right now. We ain't got our scriptures with us because we weren't planning to do this. Just spirit. We're actually going to sort out some stuff, and then we just came here and then let's make a video,
That's it, man.
And that's what it's about. Using that time, man.
Yep.
It's a bank holiday today, and so our workplaces we both got it off, And, so we're making the most of it, linking up. As brothers should do that. Brothers that got like similar work patterns and you got time, get together and make the most of it, man.
Yeah. Right. This is Ecclesiastes 10 and verse 7. I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth.
That's right, man. So read that again now.
I have seen servants upon horses.
Because these guys, they really are servants, man. They're really beneath us, man. Okay, they're on horses, which represent as a position of power.
Yeah.
Right. They're on horses, and you can actually see like pictures, images, like as an example, you can see some images of, for example, some Ishmaelites that had our people in slavery. You had the Zan slave trade.
Yeah.
You had these guys up on horses, man, and then you had our people walking on the, chained up on the ground. Keep going.
They have that statue in America that shows the slaves. You got Gad, and you got a Negro, basically walking beside the horses. I'm not sure where it is in America.
Okay.
But,
beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's there you go. It shows it. I don't even know about that. Yeah, go on.
I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth.
Princes walking as servants upon the earth, man. So who's the princes talking about? Talking about Israel. Now, if you look into the word Israel and what it goes back to, the word Israel actually means prince of the power, prince of God. So you to understand, So because we're princes, man.
Yep.
And Yahweh Shemiah Shai, that's the king.
That's it.
Right? Yahweh Shai is called the King of Kings because the Lord has made him the earth his footstool. He's given him everything.
Yep.
Most High, even beyond that, the King of all creation, man. The Most High don't get off that throne. He just gives out the orders and it gets done.
The Ancient of Days, man.
The Ancient of Days before time.
Okay.
That's right, man. And he's chosen Israel as his portion, man. You got that, Ezra?
Okay. So this is 2nd Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
That's right, man. So Esau is the end of this current rulership, man.
Yep.
This current part, man. And the next part is going to be the rulership of the Israelites. Okay? The sons of Jacob, the Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, for you to understand. And everyone else that descends through their father's line.
That's it.
You got that hand of man betwixt the heel?
Oh, 1 second.
You can get that back shot. And then we get a precept to that as well.
Okay.
And yeah, man, hey, like we were going into earlier, that was in the time of what? Ezra, okay?
Right.
So then back then, it had already been prophesied that this was going to happen. In time of Obadiah, it was already prophesied that Edom was going to be destroyed, man. So this is already set up from the foundations of the earth. It was already set up that way, man. Even going back to the time of when Cain was about, man. Okay? Because that same wicked spirit came back in a reincarnation, man. Okay? Right?
This one I can't really find it now.
You got Esau, man. But yeah, you know what? Let me get Genesis 25 on the birth, and I'll quote it.
Okay.
So in the scriptures it says that the hand of man is betwixt the heel, right? Other question Ezra's asked not. Okay, and what's that talking about? That's going back to Genesis 25, man, when there was a prophecy made. Okay, and there was a prophecy made between what? Jacob and Esau. Okay, the main protagonist and the main antagonist of the storyline. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So this is Genesis 25 and verse 21. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren. And the Lord was entreated of him. And Rebekah his wife conceived. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I fussed?
Yeah, why were they struggling? And they were going back at there, Jacob was in there, punching up Esau, man.
Yes.
Let him know who was boss. Keep going up.
And she went to inquire of the Lord, and the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
I mean, I'm just saying that, the scriptures don't say that, we're just jesting really, it's extrapolation.
Okay.
Because our people are over Esau, man.
Yeah.
Okay, they were, but it does say that they're what? Having contention in the womb. So what were they doing? They were tussling and bustling, man.
That's it, man.
You know, because it's a spiritual thing. Even though they were babies in the womb, our spirits were designed to not
clash.
get along, to clash.
That's it, man.
Go on, huh?
And it says, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one shall be stronger than the other people, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger.
Right, the elder was who? Esau, right?
Can't.
So it was already prophesied that the elder is going to ultimately end up serving the younger,
Yeah.
which is Jacob, which his name was changed to Israel.
Yeah.
That's our people, so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
Can't.
Okay. Now going back to what it said hand and man was betwixt the hill, between the hills. So we're in that time right now where there's a transition of power, and it was prophesied. We're going to go into it. Go on.
Can't. And also, just to add, it said the elder shall serve the younger. So you have a lot of fake Jews out there that say that, you know, Jacob was unrighteous or he was deceptive in that taking the birthright. But before that transaction even happened, it was already written in the spirit that the elder was going to serve the younger, man.
Yeah.
So that means the Lord had already planned that. But that just shows you how, you know, unspiritual these other heathen nations are and the way they look at things, man. Because if it already says it in the 25th chapter, that the elder was going to serve the younger, then it doesn't matter how that went down, the Lord just makes sure that it happened that way, man. And Rebecca already knew that it was going to happen that way. That's why she done what she done.
Yeah.
Because the prophets had already told her this is how it's going to go down.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, look, the birthright of the firstborn is to get the major portion of inheritance, the top. You get to get the top blessing, basically.
Yeah.
You know, but it was set up that the elder was going to serve the younger, so it was set up that Jacob, the younger, was going to get the blessing. You know.
Right.
So,
And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb.
all right.
And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment,
Talking about Esau. Go on.
and they called his name Esau.
Right.
And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel.
That's right. So he was coming out of the womb, holding onto his brother's heel,
yeah.
and that was symbolic. And that's what Ezra was talking about.
Right.
It means what? That there was going to come a time when we were going to yank him out of power. We were going to yank him out of that top seat.
Right.
You know, because he ain't the top guy, man. He's not the one that was deserving of the birthright.
Right.
Even though he was the firstborn, it was already set up in the spiritual realm before it went into the carnal realm by Yahweh Shemiah Shai that we were going to be the ones that were going to get the blessing, man.
That's it.
That we were really the firstborn. Because what does the Lord call us? What does he call Israel? He calls us his firstborn, right?
Yep.
Go on.
And after that
Fucking
came
hell,
his...
man. These insects.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, go on.
And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob.
That's right, man. His name was called Jacob, man. So there you go. Our people were already set up from that time. So that was what's in Genesis.
Yeah, that's the beginning, man.
So that means that the so-called white man, his system, his empire falling down, that was what he prophesied from the beginning.
Yeah.
We proved that even before that in the spiritual realm, man.
Yep.
So, hey, it's just a matter of time before this thing comes to an end, man. It's just a matter of time before, hey, you can see Esau's system already crumbling. His financial system, his roads, the way that things are set up, his army, they're spread thin. You know, all the wickedness that he's doing on the earth, the Lord is allowing them to what? To fulfill his wickedness, man. Before what? He lays the judgment down.
That's it.
Just like he did to the Canaanites. You know, when their time had not been fulfilled yet. Okay? Our people had to go into slavery, we had to be there for hundreds of years, and then what? When we came out, we came back and took the land, man. And that's when it was set up, man. That's when the wickedness of the Canaanites were fulfilled.
Yeah.
Go on now.
And it says, and Isaac was 80 years old when she bare him, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter and man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. Right? So you had a situation here where Rebekah actually loved Jacob, but the father loved Esau, man. Which again goes to show you, it doesn't matter which one of your children you love, because Yahweh Shem Yahshua was dealing with Jacob, man. You understand? Yahweh Shem Yahshua was actually dealing with Jacob, man. So you can think whatever you want, but prophecy is prophecy, man. You know, there's always an order to things, man. Even though Esau came out first, it doesn't mean he was going to be the chosen, man.
That's right. Says the Lord God of Israel. He's the one, he chose us, man.
Right.
All right, he's the one that chose us, man. So that's what it is. That ain't gonna change.
Gone.
Gone.
And Jacob sowed pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. And
Meaning
Jacob,
red.
gone.
Yeah.
Because the porridge was red too, man. It was uncooked. That's why he said even that same one, even though it's not cooked.
Yeah.
You know, I still want to back that, man. And Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die. And what profit shall this birthright do to me?
So he weren't being spiritual.
He weren't being spiritual. He
Yeah.
weren't thinking of his generations to come.
He was just thinking, oh man, I'm about to die, man.
Yeah.
Fuck that, man.
Gone.
You know why? Because he had no faith. He didn't think that Yahweh Shah was watching, that he was keep taking account.
Right.
He was thinking, oh, no one's around. Cool, man, you know. All right, cool, let's do that. Nah. You know? The Lord ain't down with that, man. You know, the Lord, what you say, that goes down, man. That's why in the scriptures it says, let every idle word that man shall speak, they shall give account on the day of judgment thereof, man. You know, Ruth Lucy paraphrasing that scripture. And that's what's going to happen. So that's why we've got to be careful about the things that we say and the things that we do.
That's right. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. And Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die. And what profit shall this birthright do to me? And Jacob said, swear to me this day. And he swore unto him, and he sold his birthright to Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. First Esau despised his birthright.
There you go, man. He despised it, man.
He despised his birthright, man.
So he didn't deserve that shit.
Correct.
Okay, and he really despises it now. Really, Esau's about death.
Yeah.
Everything he's designed and created in his little playground that he's been given loose a little season to play around in has been what? Death. That's all he's shown.
Correct.
Abortion,
Yep.
chemtrails,
Yep.
poison in the water, GMOs,
Yep.
poison in the food, poison in the minds of the people, homosexuality, transgenderism, trying to go up into space, polluting space,
Yep.
going down into the ocean, polluting the ocean, greed. People are out there in the world hungry when there shouldn't be no such thing as world hunger. You know, any law that the Lord creates to go against that.
Yep.
So, hey, we're in an unrighteous kingdom, and this ain't gonna keep going on, man. The Lord is gonna put a cut to this, an end to this, and the earth is gonna be ruled in righteousness.
That's right. Let's go quick on Habakkuk 2 and verse 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man. Neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death. So like what the brother was saying, this man is actually as death, man. You know, everything he pushes out there is of death, man. You know, abortions, same-sex marriage. All of these things all result to death, man. This is all gross darkness. These things do not benefit anyone upon the face of the earth, man. Not even Esau himself. So why would you push it? Why would you push something like that? You know, he actually enjoys death, man. He enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, man. But gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Now, who's doing that upon the planet Earth, man? Only Esau is doing that, man, on a large scale, on a mass scale. Heaping all nations up in one country, man. Esau is the beginning of that madness, man. You know, but from the beginning, that's not how it was supposed to be. You know?
Yeah, man. Hey, it's funny because read that scripture again.
It says, Habakkuk 2 and 5, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell.
So let's break that down. Read it a bit slower.
Can't. So he is a proud man.
Now from the top.
Can't. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine.
So first he transgresseth by wine. Everything that he pushes is against righteousness, is against the laws, man.
Yeah.
Okay? He puts that wine and he makes men drink.
Yep.
And he gets drunk and they get drunk off it, man. Now is that talking about actual wine? No. Scriptures say that they stagger but not with strong drink. Okay, so that's talking about the philosophies of this so-called white man. You've got your democracy, your homosexuality, so on and so forth. You go into a nation, women's liberation, you go into a nation and he'll implement his he's whining there, and then the nation will get fucked up.
Yeah.
You know, that's why the nations hate Esau, man.
Yeah.
That's why they're gonna end up throwing missiles at Babylon, man.
Hey, that's right.
That great city of Esau, man. Keep going.
And it says, he transgressed by wine. He is a proud man.
He's a proud man. What does the scripture say about pride? It says, pride goeth before a fool, and his fall is coming soon. Go on, now.
He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home.
Right. So he can't just be set in his place and be content with what he's got, because the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds and all that, the elite banking families, which really rule the world, they're the kings of the world. They have everything right now. They've got the rulership, the control, the military might.
Yep.
They've got the minds of the people. They've got all the wealth in the world, all the resources, right? Now, what else do they want? They want to be like the Most High,
Okay.
like in Isaiah 14th chapter, man. Okay, that is the next step for them. That is what is a new world order. They want to bring population down to a controllable size, chip everybody, and have everyone in complete control. They want to know how many times you puncture women.
Yeah.
They're going to give you the women to deal with, right? You're not going to enjoy it. You're going to have to pop out like animal, you know, they're going to have a set number of things you're going to have to, children you're going to have to pop out. This is their dream, by the way.
Yeah.
This is what they want to accomplish. They want everyone to be like drones. You watch the film Equilibrium, they destroyed all the books, they destroyed all the art, they don't want no creativity, they just want you to serve them. Bow down to them and for them to have everything, man.
Yeah.
Okay? They're trying to be like the Most High. What does that mean? They're trying to get the blessing. Like, they're trying to get back the birthright. But they ain't got that back, man. They ain't going to get that back because it was already set up, but he gave it up, man.
Okay.
Okay?
We got that in righteousness, man. You
We
know,
got that, man.
We don't need the RFID chip. That ain't spiritual.
That's right.
You know, that's a carnal device, man. But that's what he's gonna use to try and, you know, get that birthright back, man.
Because he's a carnal man.
Because he's a carnal man. And they also show you a lot of this stuff, man, that's spoken of in the scriptures in Black Mirror.
Oh, yeah.
You know that show Black Mirror? There's an episode I was watching. I forgot what the episode is called. But basically, they were basically chipped, right? I'm not sure if it was physically chipped, but they were under control by technology, right? And then, you know, the voice would talk to you and say, okay, you got to do this at this time and that at that time. And it would plan your whole day out for you.
Oh, yeah.
And the woman was like, the system hooked her up with a new man, right? That's what the system said to her, is that you can, you know, have a night with a man from the past one last time until we hook you up with this new man, right? So it's giving you rules and regulations that you have to follow.
Yeah.
So you could basically, you can get freaky one more time, then you have to go with this man that we've already got on the system for you, because apparently it's a perfect match.
Yeah.
You know, because you're chipped, and you know, by your chemics and his chemics, you're going to be the perfect match.
Now, here's another thing that shows that he's not spiritual. Now, let's look at dating right now, yeah? You got online dating websites, right? Match.com and so forth, so on and so forth. Plenty of fish.
Yeah.
So men will go on there and they make profiles, and they know that's how they meet women. They'll, you know, catch the fish and so on and so forth, and go on the dates and all that, right? That's how Esau likes it. Then Esau, what will do is he'll make statistics. He'll go into the numbers, the information. Be like, okay, yeah. So this woman of this color hair in this area likes this and that, that nationality and then that. This is what women like, and they'll come up with articles upon articles, magazines of breaking the shit down. But hold on a second, but you're bringing out laws where guys are gonna get penalized. And they just walk up to a woman and say, "Hey, baby, you know what's up?" You know, you're bringing out laws to penalize. A woman can shout "rape," and then you're done. You know, you can deal with a woman; she's all down with you. And then you might be like, look, she might do something stupid, like trying to get you to eat pork or some shit. Yeah. Be like, look, you know, I ain't dealing with that guy here, man. And then she'll go to the cops, or, you know, I raped me. It was consensual. That's what they'll do, man. And that's the laws in the society have been set up for that. You got marriage, you got all manner of traps have been set up by Esau, the devil. We ain't gonna be doing that, man. We ain't gonna need to do that. Everything's gonna be spiritual in the kingdom. How did Jacob meet Rachel? How did he meet Rachel, man? At the well, man. She was going to water her father's sheep, and he just helped. Yeah. You know. Yeah. And then boom, they start kissing, and then that was that, man. That's it. There was tears coming down. Yeah. He did 7 years work for that. Yeah. He put, you know what I mean? Like that was all set up in the spirit.
Like, she didn't have a chance to view 4,000 different men a day. Yeah. Right. And then she, which one should I give my number to, or who should I give a try? Nah, man, things were a lot more spiritual in those days.
It was set up in the spirit. She didn't back him up.
You know what I mean? Ain't no backing up going on.
They were not backing up. Like, now. You know? No, none of that was going on. Okay, it was all set up, man. And he was just like, okay, I'm down. I'll put the work in for you.
Yeah.
You know, these women ain't worth shit now, man.
Can't.
Because they're in Esau's system. They're bowing down to Esau as God, man.
Can't.
But as soon that's going to get flipped around, man, and the gods on this earth are going to be the Israelites, man.
That's it. Then
the women are going to start. That's why the scriptures say 7 women shall take hold of one man.
Yep.
And who's that man talking about? Talking about the Israelite man.
That's it.
You know?
They ain't talking about all, man.
Yeah.
It says, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as deaf, and cannot be satisfied.
He cannot be satisfied, man. There is a gaping hole within him because why? He ain't got a birthright. These elites know that they're going down, man.
Yep.
They can't be satisfied. They've got everything already. They cannot be satisfied until everything is dead, including themselves.
Yep.
I know.
And it says here, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and take a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long unto him that ladeth himself with thick clay? You know?
That debt.
God, all that debt, man. You know, and, you know, going into all the nations, they're going to turn against him, man. Because the brother was speaking about, you know, the nations are angry, man, with Babylon. Because he's gone over to their countries, you know, his way of life is promoted, it's esteemed towards. So all the other nations practically, you know, you got all them Arabs in that and the Islam, they don't even want to follow their customs no more, man. They want to do what these women in America are doing. They want to do what these women in the UK are doing in the Western world, man. That's what they want to do now.
That's why these guys don't want none of it, man.
Yeah.
They see these guys infiltrating, they see the women start acting up. They're like, oh shit. Wait
Yeah.
a second, what's going on here?
Yeah.
It's the devil, man.
God. It's a quick one. Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Yeah, so they've drunken of that wine, of that Babylon juice, man. Right, and now they're mad, man, because now that, you know, nothing is going right in their society. They've got all these proxy wars going on, you know, all these suicide bombings going on, you know, false flags going on in their countries. Their women ain't acting right. Their women are able to drive Ubers now. You know, they don't want to cover their head no more. All of these things are a result of Babylon, man, of the so-called white man, Esau, man.
Yeah.
You know, he's pushed that throughout their countries, man.
That's right. And that's why in Revelation it says, these shall hate the whore.
Exactly. Can't.
And the whore is talking about, well, the whore that was riding the dragon is talking about Babylon, America.
Yep.
You know?
Can't.
Which ought to be destroyed, man. America's going to be completely and utterly wiped with nukes, man.
Can't.
Utter destruction. Because American says Babylon's sins have reached up into heaven, man. Same as it was in Sodom, man. Okay? And in Revelation 11th chapter, I believe, it says that great city, talking about Babylon, is the same, it's spiritually called Sodom and Egypt.
Yeah.
You know? You got
That's
anything to
right.
close that on?
Yep, I got one more. This is Ecclesiasticus, chapter 10 and verse 8. It says here, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
Yeah.
So, look, man, so because of all these atrocities and, you know, dodgy dealings, mistreatment, that, you know, Esau, the so-called white man, the people of Edom, the nation of Edom, have done unto you 12 tribes, right? The kingdom is going to be translated from them over to us, man. Just like it said in 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. You know, the same thing is going to happen, man. It's going to be translated. It's going to be given over, man. If you see them in power, we're going to be in power, man. We're going to be the new ones that when you switch on a TV, which we're not going to have a TV like how you see it now in the kingdom, but wherever you go, it's going to be our image that's going to be up, man. You know, our Lord, his image is going to be up there, man. Right? He's going to be in the kingdom. We're going to be in the kingdom, man. And you're going to know that we're in power, man. Just like you know Esau's in power when you're in his society, man. Because his society and his laws, they benefit him. You know, everything he does, he's benefited from. He has white privilege. We're going to have Israelite privilege. You know, that's going to be big in the universe, man. All over the world, wherever you go, man, no matter what planet you go to, it's going to be Israelite privilege.
Yeah, the blessings are going to overtake us.
Yeah, the blessings are going to overtake us, man. You know, and that's literally going to be our way of life forever and ever, man. You know, Esau, he's going to fade away like a dream, as it tells you in the book of Job, man. It's just going to be a bad dream.
That's right.
You know? And our kids, they're not even going to believe us when we tell them the stories of these people, these space people, man. They're going to think we're lying, man. But we're going to show them the spiritual Google, you know, pull it up on the screen and, oh, man. You know, it's going to be crazy, man. But Esau's gonna be forgotten, man, and it's gonna be a beautiful thing. And you know, through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, we believe we're in that time now of the translation of kingdoms, man. You know, we believe that time is upon us. You know, so that's why more than ever right now it's important to pray for faith. You know, pray for fear. You know, pray for understanding. Pray the Lord is supping with you when you're studying, and pray if you're just coming into this truth that the Lord, you know, has basically set you aside to be of the elect, man. You
And
know?
fast.
And fast, man.
If your spirit's on you, fast.
Yeah. That's the climate right now. You know,
Yeah.
it's just to get serious and to fast. That's just to start denying yourself, man,
Yeah.
and embracing your house shine.
Not no intermittent weak fasting like these Muslims are doing. You know, complaining every day. I go to work, man, and complaining like, oh, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Look at them like, you idiots.
Yeah, and they're gonna eat.
When you fast, man, it's good to
Sure.
say you're not meant to even like let people know really that you're fasting. You're meant to just, you know, you're not meant to like be
Yeah.
all down and fucked up. You're meant to be oil up your face and looking fresh, you know.
Yep.
You know, and we're talking fast up. You know, we're doing, man, 24 hours, man.
Yeah.
24 hours, man. You know, if you can, sundown to sundown.
Mm.
You know, a dry fast, really, no food, no water, but like a Day of Atonement type fast. Okay, or you know, if you're gonna do longer, you know, try a water fast and go in the spirit, really.
Yeah.
You know, but fast unto the Lord. Lord, pray to the Lord to give you that, you know, the spirit to do that.
That's right. That's right, man.
You know?
That's it, man.
Cool. So with that, man, you know, all praise to Yahweh,
Baruch
Bashem,
Shem,
Yahweh Shai,
Baruch Shem,
Bashem, Rakar Kadash. Double honor to the apostle and elders, a great millstone, and taught us His word.
Kind.
Shalom, man.
Shalom.